Alright, y'all, welcome back to the channel, BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. Slime is free. We're talking about Young Thug. Young Thug is free. He's out. He is on these streets. Well, maybe not on these streets, but he is definitely not behind bars anymore. Now, the talk of the town is that Gunna deserves an apology, but I don't think so. So let's get into this. And please don't be slow. Try to keep up with the content. So according to XXL, it says Young Thug's release from jail has put a positive end to the long-running criminal trial in Georgia's history, the longest-running criminal trial in Georgia's history, as Thugger is welcomed home by family and friends. One of those people could very well be Gunna, who was accused of snitching on Thugger in the YSL RICO case. We could very well have to hand out an apology to Gunna. This is what a lot of media news houses are saying. And the reason they're saying it is because, well, during Young Thug's sentencing on Thursday, October 31st, a surprising moment occurred in a courtroom when Thug's counsel specifically requested for his client to continue working with Gunna upon his release from jail as part of Thug's probation, for which he must serve 15 years, which means if he gets himself in any kind of trouble in the next 15 years, he is going back to prison to do a whole lot of time. In the meantime, he'll serve his probation, stay out of trouble. He cannot be in contact with any known gang members, including those whose names were in the YSL mix-up. Now, the judge granted 2 exceptions for YSL people that Thug could still be around and communicate with. Gunna, who is contractually obligated to work with Thug through Young Stoner Life Records, and Quantavious Greer, a.k.a. Umfunk, who is Thug's brother. So Thugger ain't leaving his brother out in the dirt. He asked specifically for the judge to please grant him special permission to be able to be in touch and stay in contact with those guys. As y'all know, the judge sent Umfunk up the road for another couple of years, so he's going to be behind bars for some time to come. But Thugger and Gunna are both now free. Brian Steele, who is Young Thug's attorney, called Gunna a phenomenal artist in court, and he noted that Thug and Gunna frequently perform the music together. They get money together. They do business together. Kind words like that don't seem to indicate that there was a break in their friendly relationship between the two rappers. Now, the argument can be made that a lawyer will say anything to help their clients get their freedom, or that Thug is looking at this from a financial perspective to continue to get to that money off Gunna, being that he is signed to his record label. This is your working artist that is signed to your label who makes you a lot of money. Why would you want to cut ties with them? But Thug and Gunna could be in good standing with each other. However, a lot of us out here don't really think so. The rules of internet court put the snitching label on Gunna, and so did several rappers through songs and subliminals. But did Gunna really snitch on Thug? Well, a lot of us out here do think so. According to Gunna, though, Gunna said he didn't. I'm not a snitch. I didn't snitch. The YSL artist, because he is signed to YSL, was released from jail way back December of 2022. He was one of the first ones that said, hey, I'm not staying in here. And you know, back then we said to ourselves, maybe Thug told him to do that. Hey man, go out there and get this money, because money got to keep coming in. We all can't be locked up in here. It's like playing chess. Maybe that was the play, and we'll have to hear that from Thug to believe it. But in the meantime, it didn't look that way, and I'll explain in a minute why it didn't look that way. So after being incarcerated for just 7 months, Gunna decided, listen, being behind bars ain't for me. I'm going to speak up and say what I need to say to get myself the hell up out of here. So he made what's called the Alford plea to 1 count of racketeering, and he was sentenced to 5 years with 1 year of time served and the remainder of his sentence being suspended. In other words, you get 5 years, but you ain't doing no time. So he was initially arrested on May 9th of 2022, and by December of 2022, he was out of there, along with Thug and 26 others when he was arrested in the RICO case, which went on to become the longest running case in the history of Georgia's judicial system. Now, upon his release, Gunna insisted that he did not make any statement or cooperate with the people, the prosecution, the police, whatever you want to call them. He said, while I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements. I have not been interviewed. I have not cooperated. I have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intentions of being involved in this trial process in any way. While Gunna was saying all that, though, the prosecution was saying if we subpoena him, he will have to come and he will have to testify. Steve Sado, Gunna's attorney, also was out here campaigning for Gunna. He was on a campaign. He was out here saying, my client did not snitch to get out of jail, and wanted people to please stop telling lies. Stop spreading these lies on him. Now, you know, in the hip-hop world, in a time gone by, being a snitch, you get blackballed. There would be no work for you. There would definitely be no collaborations for you. In Gunna's case, he felt it somewhat. You know, with people like Lil Baby. Last December, Lil Baby said, fuck the rats. You know, in his Drip Too Hard collab with Gunna was played during a performance. He said, fuck the rats. In January, fans thought 21 Savage took aim at Gunna on a song called Letter to My Brother, which appeared to be dedicated to Young Thug. And in the lines of the song, he says, how you go from confidant to a fucking witness. Everybody thought he's talking about Gunna. So with big names like 21 Savage and Lil Baby taking shots, presumably taking shots at Gunna, you know, his street credibility dropped a little bit. But Gunna went on a totally different path, though. It looked like Gunna stopped drinking, stopped smoking, he, you know, stopped being out partying and all that. Gunna got in the gym, lost a lot of weight, got chiseled up, and focused on his craft. And he was really out here, started dressing super different. I won't say weird, I'll just say different. He like turned into a rock star of some sorts. So if the play was that Thugger said, get out there, stay focused and get the money, and let me sit and ride this out, then, hey, might be true. Y'all owe Thugger an apology. Up first is Lil Baby, one person wrote. Check it. Another person said, everybody who called Gunna a rat need to man up and apologize right now. It's been less than 24 hours. Well, at this point, it's been a couple of days since Thug has become a free man. And while there may not be a traditional first day out track, given the circumstances of what he can and cannot promote in and out of his music, releasing some kind of new song is likely to happen soon. So we'll be seeing Thugger sometime soon for sure. Now, if you ask me, if Gunna did snitch, my answer is yes, man. He did. He sure did. When you sit there in front of the prosecution and the prosecution asked you, is YSL a gang? And you said, yes, ma'am. But you have Thugger over there who's fighting for his life, facing ukubuku years behind bars, and he is saying YSL is not a gang, and I'm standing on it. And you got out because you said YSL is a gang. Not only did Gunna say it was a gang, Gunna also said when they asked him, is it true that you have knowledge of members of this gang doing criminal activities in furtherance of this gang? Gunna again answered on video, yes ma'am. Oh, come on now. That's snitching. I don't give a damn how you want to spin it, put it. That's snitching. But I'm thinking Thugger being on 15 years on paper, he can't really do nothing anyways. He can't even pretend he want to be back in the streets or take revenge or threaten anybody or do anything. So the next best play is to play this like chess. You don't have to be friends for us to get money. You know, business ain't got no friends in it. Business is business. It ain't never personal. So they could go ahead and get the millions, and I'm pretty sure paying those lawyer fees for the top criminal attorney to defend you for that long ass period of time took a big old chunk out of his money, and he gonna want that money back. And the fastest way to get that money back is to get with Gunna and start dropping hits again. But did Gunna snitch? Yes, he did. Does he deserve an apology? Fuck no, he don't. That's just my take on it. But I'm going to stay about these grown men's business and let them handle it, because he didn't snitch on me, so I ain't taking it personal. I'll catch y'all on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV / BrainFLoTv. You already know, if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.